What's up? Uh, so first of all, I'm gonna be very quiet in this video. It is currently past midnight, but I just wanted to do this. I really should be sleeping right now, but I mean, I decided just while this trend is still kicking, let's do it. So basically, this tier list thing is kind of popular right now, and I never actually make videos, about like trends and stuff, but I just kind of thought this might be fun. I liked the idea. There were a few I was thinking about and just decided on this one. As you can see, very low effort in this video. I decided to just have my face cam up here. I thought it would be, I didn't want to put in a bunch of extra effort because I'd be up all night, so pretty much you're just getting the screen recording itself. And again, hopefully you can hear me all right, but my volume will be pretty low. I'll try and see if I can boost it up a bit in editing. But anyway, so this tier list thing is pretty popular. It hasn't quite died down yet, unless it died like an hour ago, which it might have, knowing my luck. I figured, well, if we're gonna do a trending thing tier list, let's do it on formerly trending things or currently trending things, mainly trending video games. And the rules, I basically created this template, I suppose. My rules were just like no mobile games, so you don't know Angry Birds, no Flappy Bird, because we'd be all here all night doing those. Just mainly console/PC things. There were a few that I didn't include because I barely knew anything about them, or I just didn't really think they were as, viral as some people claim they were. Anyway, viral games tier list. Here we go. I'm just gonna do these totally randomly, no order whatsoever, except there's one game I want to rank last. But anyway, I'm gonna start with Roblox. So I have not much to say about this game. It's memes, and I don't know, man. It's nothing to say. It's Roblox, just a C tier game to me. Okay, let's see. Oh, getting over it. I debated even putting it on this list, but I just kind of thought, like, I have sort of heard of it recently because I'm a Dunkey fan, and on the podcast they were talking about it, so it was in my mind, so I just decided to put it on here, even though I think it was only popular for like 2 days. But this game just sort of makes me mad. It's not necessarily a bad game, but it's just, there's not much to it. I'm gonna put it at a D tier, not a fan. Okay, let's go with something I have stronger opinions on or more to say about. How about FNAF? Now, FNAF. Oh, one thing I should mention. I'm just gonna put it there for a second. I'm gonna move in a sec. So, I know people are like, oh, that's so cringe or whatever. I'm not really thinking about that in making this list. I don't think about cringy. I don't care about all that. I'm just ranking these games as games, really, and how I feel about them. So, FNAF, as a series as a whole, and as a first game, I think it's alright, honestly. One thing I like is the backstory behind it. Basically, the guy made these games where he had 3D characters, and people were like, oh, they look like animatronics, they're creepy. And he said, well, you know what? I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna purposely make it creepy. So he took that negative criticism, he turned him into an actual game. He turned something he was accidentally good at into something he could be purposefully good at. I like the backstory behind the game, and you know, honestly, it's a very, 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 very simple game. I mean, like the first game has like no animation except for the jump scares, and the fan, of course, the fan. But I mean, for what it is, I mean, I know people like to be, oh, it's so cringy crap. I don't care, man. I think it's an alright game. I think it's a B tier game. Okay, how about let's do Happy Wheels next. Sorry, Happy Wheels. So Happy Wheels, I don't like it. I mean, I don't really want to go on a tangent about it. I don't have much to say, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's like, the thing is, it's hard for me to describe what I don't like about it, but I'm not a Happy Wheels fan. I'm putting it, I'm putting it in D tier alongside Getting Over It. Let's see here. How about, oh good, we're at the final these ones, so I don't have to swipe anymore. How about PUBG? PUBG is an average game. I'm keeping it at C. It's just, to me, it's boring, but speaking of PUBG, you can't talk about PUBG without bringing up Fortnite. So here's the thing. Fortnite is a better game than PUBG, admittedly. But the reason it's a better game is because it looked at PUBG and it copied PUBG. And then it was like, oh hey, you know what? Let's take in some Minecraft elements too. Let's copy Minecraft on top of that. And it's just threw in a bunch of stupid dances, and it's very, it doesn't seem like there's any passion or thought put into the game. It seems like it's very clearly just created to appeal to the lowest denominator, to make a bunch of cash as easily as possible. And I'm not a big fan of how they made the game. As I said, I'll stand by the fact that I think they just copied PUBG, and this is coming from someone who doesn't like PUBG. You know, I'm not saying it to defend the game. I'm saying I just think they didn't come up with their own ideas for the game. They just threw stuff together they knew was popular to get money. For that, it's an F tier. Okay. How about Slender next? Now, Slender is a very simple horror game, but I'd say I think Slender is good at everything except for when you actually encounter the monster, because like the setting is actually creepy, you know, and the sounds are creepy and all. The tension in this game is pretty good. And I think this, but the thing is, the sound effects are the scariest part. The monster that's chasing you, when you see it, it's just a dude with no face. It's not scary to look at. The jump scare isn't like, or anything, you know, it doesn't like, or anything like that. It's just like, slowly he statics on your screen and he pops off. I mean, I think Slender has some okay parts, but overall, I just think it's fairly poorly made. I'm gonna put it in a D, but I am gonna put it above both of these two games. Alright, so next, how about Baldi? I don't really get the point of Baldi. I feel like Baldi is trying to be funny, and like, it is kind of funny, but it's like, it feels like it's supposed to be a meme and all, but it also it comes off as though it's actually trying to be scary. I don't know if Baldi is actually supposed to be scary or if it's just like supposed to be all ironic, but it isn't. It doesn't seem ironic enough is the point I'm trying to make. Do I consider it better than the below games? You know what, I'm honestly, I think I consider Slender a better game than Baldy. Did I call him Bubsy? I might have called him Bubsy. But, you see, do I consider getting over in Happy Wheels better games, though? You know what? I'm gonna put him here. I'm gonna drop these dudes down to E tier. That's what I'm gonna do. Because looking at these, I don't think I'm gonna put any of these in E tier. Also, I'm realizing I may have accidentally, well, you'll see in a second. Minecraft, I'll do Minecraft next. Now, Minecraft is another one people like to say, oh, it's so cringy. Here's the thing. Minecraft definitely has an odd community about it. And it's definitely died off. Minecraft is definitely not where it once was. But it's a dang good game. I mean, Minecraft, there's endless possibilities. The survival mode is great. I think they did make it worse over time, but I mean, at its peak, Minecraft it's a good game. I'm not gonna lie. I know people want me to put it lower, but I'm not gonna do that because it wouldn't be right. Let's do Super Mario Maker next. Super Mario Maker. You can probably guess that I freaking love this game. But of course I do. It's just there's so many tools. I didn't expect to like creating this game, but the tools they give you are just so accessible and everything. I absolutely love making levels alongside playing them. Now, playing them was probably what I did most of the time. Well, maybe, I feel like most of the time I probably made my friends suffer through my levels, but I feel like most of the time I spent with this game was playing other people's levels. But still, like, just the creation aspect is so cool, and just having literally endless amounts of Super Mario Maker to play, it's an amazing game. I'm gonna put Mario Maker as the first S tier. Doki Doki. Doki Doki Literature Club? Now here's the thing. You might guess based on these rankings, and not much into horror. FNAF I've been putting more up there based on like just as a game, how I think its quality is, than like how I personally feel about it. I mean, how I personally feel about it, I'm not the biggest fan of horror, as I just said, so it would probably be a bit lower, but I feel like as a game it's fine. But Doki Doki, this was the one horror game that I loved. You know, I feel like the twist is really well done. I feel like the foreshadowing is amazing. The characters strangely have depth to them. What's funny is like, it's supposed to be like, oh, these characters are totally two-dimensional and everything, and yet like the horror aspect gives them more depth. I don't know, man. I do really like this game. This is a tough one. Alright, screw it, man. I'm gonna give this one an S tier. It's not quite as good as Super Mario Maker in my opinion, but an S tier. And finally, down here we got Sans. Sans, of course, to represent his last name, Sans Undertale. Undertale. What do I think of Undertale? Well, here's what I think of Undertale. Name this. I'm gonna put him up here. Undertale is by far my favorite of these viral games. My favorite viral game in general. I absolutely love everything about it. I mean, the soundtrack alone brings it to new heights. But it's not a Sonic game where the soundtrack is good and everything else is trash. I'm not saying about that about all Sonic games, don't get mad. I'm saying that about some Sonic games. But anyway, no, Undertale is just absolutely amazing. It's like, you know, I'm a major Nintendo nerd, but Undertale is one of those games that is not Nintendo that I have to consider one of my favorite games. It's got, I already mentioned the OST, but I love the artwork for it. I love the characters. I love the story. I love the gameplay. I mean, I'm not an RPG guy, and it just did so well for an RPG. Just Undertale has things going against it, and it surpasses all of them. And I don't care again about the cringe factor. I am a major fan of this series, and nothing that the fan base does is gonna change that for me. So anyway, that was a dumb little video ranking these. Should probably. That was a dumb little video ranking these viral games, just the ones I specifically picked out. Feel free to. Here, I'll see if I can share the template in the video description or something. And feel free to leave your own ranking on it. Feel free to add games to it. Take games away from it if you don't consider them viral enough. I mean, a lot of these games I just didn't really have much to say about, but I tossed them in because I consider them viral. Hopefully I didn't wake my family up or anything. Anyway, good night, dudes. Have a good one. Or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. Have a good one.